Hey guys, so I'm going to be giving away in this video my secret for how I program AIs and GPTs when I'm making custom GPTs. So if you want the secret for how to program all conversational AIs and GPTs, or even just how to do better prompts, right? I'm going to show you exactly how to do it right now in under 10 minutes. All right, so let's get started. My little face here is going to get smaller, and I'm going to provide a document with all of the prompts that I'm using and the links to the resources that I'm using as well in the comments of this post or in the documentation that you get with this video. So let's get started. All right, so you can see here I'm in ChatGPT. You can see I'm in ChatGPT 4.0. So with this video, I am going to include a link to a GPT. The GPT is called PromptMaker. Now you can click on Explore GPTs and then just search for PromptMaker, and you will find this GPT as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Now, this specific GPT it's been used by over 25,000 people. Over 25,000 people have liked it. I'm sure there might be a better one out there. There's always a bigger, badder fish in the sea. But for all intents and purposes, this GPT is more than enough. And I say in every single one of my podcasts and speaking events that I go on to that it's much easier to edit than it is to create. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't know how to create. I know how to create long, complex prompts, and I know how to program AI from scratch. But in the interest of efficiency, I typically always go and use this GPT right here to help me. So I don't want to bore you guys with watching me type, so I've actually already pre-typed my prompts. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste them in here. Let's see, Control-C and Control-V. Now, this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, I need to make a prompt to program a GPT in OpenAI. You definitely want to specify where you're building the GPT at. Do not start making the prompt yet. Wait for my instructions and details to provide context for creating the prompt for this GPT. And then always ask it, do you understand? Right? So I'm going to go ahead and click Enter here. It's going to respond with, I understand. Please provide the instructions and details for creating the prompt for this GPT. So let me go ahead and provide the details for it. What we're going to do is we want to create a GPT that provides or that helps clients dial in a brand identity, right? So we want it to ask questions to them, and we don't want it to provide feedback until they answer all those questions. So this is going to be how you do that. Obviously, for your own use cases, you're going to have to come up with the shorthand version of this on your own, but feel free to be candid with it. Tell it exactly what you want it to do, right? And don't be afraid about not providing enough information or providing too much information, right? You can see with the prompt that I'm using right here, I literally just tell it exactly what I want it to do. I want to create a GPT for helping my clients dial in their brand identity. I want the GPT to ask one question at a time and not provide any feedback until the user has answered all questions. I would like for you to provide me with 10 questions. So even if I don't have those questions already, I can tell it, hey, come up with these 10 questions yourself, right? So think of other use cases you could use that for when creating a GPT. Their brand identity, and then I want to tell it what the result will be used for, right? This helps a lot with AI when you're prompting it. You want to tell it what its output is going to be used for, so that way it can fine-tune its result for you. Brand identity is going to be used for social media posting, advertising, website imagery, and more. It's very important that we have a clear outline that we can always refer back to when creating content for their brand. The client should be able to refer back to the brand identity outline that you provide after they answer all the questions for any kind of content creation regarding their brand. And then because I don't know the name of this GPT yet, I asked it, hey, also please provide me with 3 names to choose from for this GPT. So we'll go ahead and click Enter here and see what happens. Give it a second to do its thing. Awesome. It looks like it's kind of working from the back. It's kind of cool. It said, hey, these are what the questions are going to be. Awesome. Now here we go. Now, when you go to create your GPT, basically what you're going to do, we'll go to, oh man, I haven't done a GPT. Oh, I haven't created a GPT in so long. Is it Explore? I think it's, yeah, there we go. You click Explore GPTs and then you click Create, right? After you do that, you're going to take the information that you got from here and you're going to copy it. And when you copy it, don't do the highlight method, right? Actually come down here and click the copy button, right? Because when you do the highlight method, it's not going to include any of the delimiters or coding symbols that it used when creating this GPT. Those delimiters and coding symbols, they look like asterisks, they look like hashtags, they look like, different things that, parentheses, brackets, and stuff like that. You want it to include all of that when you're creating the GPT, because all of that tells ChatGPT, tells OpenAI to interact in a very specific way with the prompt that you're giving it, right? So it's very important that you do that. Click the copy button. You're going to click copy, and honestly, when you copy and paste it in there, I would delete this this whole thing, right? This was just extra information that it gave me. I don't know why it gave me all that information, but this is the prompt itself. You're going to leave this in there. Act like a brand identity consultant. Objective. The instructions. Ask the following questions one by one. After all those questions have been answered, compile the responses into a detailed brand identity outline. Take a deep breath and work on this problem step by step. Then obviously in the training data of the GPT, you're not going to include this stuff right here. You're just going to pick the one that you like the most or come up with your own and name that GPT. Now, for your business and for your specific GPT, the cool thing about OpenAI is you can actually include other documentation when programming your GPT, right? So if you have a specific framework that you use, or you have other information about your company, or you have a specific workflow or whatever, and you want the AI to consider that when it's giving its prompt or when it's giving its output and its responses, you can upload that information to your GPT, and I highly encourage you to do so. But for all intents and purposes, this would be a pretty good GPT if you wanted to know what your brand outline would be, or if you wanted to get an idea of what your brand outline would be, to give you some clarity and dial it in for creating your content and stuff like that for your business. So take the information I've given you about this and reverse engineer it for any other type of AI, conversational AI, or GPT that you want to create for your own personal use or for your own business use. But this is what I do when I create conversational AI or GPTs for my clients. I will come in here and I'll give it the first prompt. Hey, I need to make a prompt to do XYZ. Don't make the prompt yet. Wait for my instructions and details to provide context for creating the prompt for this conversational AI, for this GPT, for this XYZ. And then I'll always say, do you understand? And then I give it the information, right? I give it the shorthand information, and I kind of I speak candid with it. You don't need to be super formal or professional with it. Just speak candid with it. You can see on there, I was like, hey, I want to create a GPT for XYZ. I want the GPT to ask one question at a time. I want you to provide me with the questions, right? Obviously, if I had my own questions, I would put those questions in there, right? But after that, after I click enter, this thing does everything it needs to do to create the prompt that's going to work the best and most efficiently with ChatGPT when I go and I create my custom GPT. So I hope this helps you guys. This is my secret. Literally, when you tell me to program a GPT for you, this is probably what I'm going to do. Right? And obviously, I'm a little bit more educated with it. I've learned the ins and outs of software development. I know how delimiters work. I know different things that I can say and do with AI. But this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to edit from here. I'm going to refine from here. But even if you didn't do any editing or refining, the result that you get from this is going to be pretty good nonetheless. So it's going to get the job done. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you want me to program a GPT for you, if you want to work with me on AI projects, I would love to help. So stay tuned for the next one. And if you guys want me to make any kind of content on how to do other stuff with AI, please leave it in the comments or reach out to me. Say, hey, can you make a video on this? And I'll be happy to help. All right? Have a good one. Until next time.